Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and I found another interesting rice glue recipe that I'd like to share with you. So here we are, Andrea Green's channel here.
Ingredients that you have at home, you can make your own non-toxic, environmentally friendly glue that works just as good as the store-bought stuff. Into a saucepan, add 1.5 cups water. Then using a whisk, you want to whisk in 1 cup of flour.
So that's rice flour again in this one.
Just try to get most of the lumps out there. After you've added the flour, you want to add 1/3 of a cup of sugar.
Now that's an interesting addition there is the cup of sugar.
Continue to whisk that. Then you want to turn the heat onto about a medium flame. You also want to add 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Now the vinegar acts as a natural preservative. However, this glue really should go in the fridge. And this glue can actually last in the fridge for probably about 6 months. After you've been cooking this for about 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to see it's actually starting to create sort of a paste here. And this is the point at which you want to stop, when it's part liquid, part paste. Once your glue is cooled down, you're going to just sort of glop it on into a glass jar that you can then store in the refrigerator. Use a paintbrush to just paint a little bit on. A little bit goes a long way, works just as good as the store-bought stuff, and if you want to, lick your fingers.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll lick my finger and put this glue that I can use to bind books and put that in my body. So like I said in the other videos along these lines, you know, I try to have fun in these videos. This is one way that I can sort of casually convey to you my reality and how I think all the time. I automatically, when I see things like this, automatically clicks in, oh, mucus. That's what happens in the body. That's the body process. You take something, heat it. She wasn't heating it that hot. Just heat it a little bit and think of that mixture. Think of how many things have that type of mixture, that have some type of flour that might, I mean, what goes into making cookies and cake? I mean, you got flour, you have milk. Don't even get me started on eggs. That's one of the worst things that you can put in your body. But you put all these things together, bake them or cook them a bit, and you have this thing that, you know, it might seem like it tastes good to us, but it's turning into this undigestible mess in our body. And then it just gets more and more complicated because we're eating these things, our bowels don't move properly. A lot of uneliminated waste gets stuck to the walls of the intestines, and all this slime is up there just hanging out, and things just get worse and worse. It devolves from there. So anyway, like I said before, what items create slime that when sitting in the body, which is a heated vessel, what will turn to slime and what won't? Grapes won't turn to slime. Lettuce won't turn to that type of slime, but rice will, milk will, starches will, avocados will, fats, nuts will. You know, these things will turn into this slime. Now again, there's certain slimes that are a little better to eat than others, or slime formers. Nuts with raisins are one thing that I advocate to people during the transition. And I advocate using them over avocados. I find avocados to be problematic for long-term usage on the Mucusless Diet transition, but that's been my experience with it. And I know there's been a lot of discussion with that. So anyway, Thank you for tuning in to this video on another great recipe for rice glue. And let's try to keep the glue out of our body. Let's try to keep the glue on the books and for general purposes around the home. But we don't need to put this glue in our body. I don't think. I think we can evolve from there. So thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Peace, love, and breath.
In a world where people needlessly die of preventable illnesses, one man's vision offers hope to humankind. Order Professor Arnold Ehret's annotated, revised, and edited Mucusless Diet Healing System today.